good morning, and thank you all for attending our presentation about how the Maastricht University Pure team supports the researchers and research units with showcasing their impact using Pure. I'm Chantal Magiels, my colleague Ivo Blijlevens. We're both members of the Maastricht University Pure team. All faculties of Maastricht University use Pure as their research information system. The functional and technical management is centrally vested in the university library, and this team now consists of 4 functional user managers, Ivo for technical and data support, a team lead. Also part of our team are 2 student employees who help us out with day-to-day data quality tasks. And each faculty has 1 or more key users who serve as our first point of contact, Pure related. Well, now that more and more faculties, research units, and researchers use Pure data for their reporting, such as SEP evaluations or for funder requirements, we know that the data quality in Pure is becoming even more important. Together with the limited resources within the faculties, the Pure team had to step in with some automated solutions. Well, what we do first is we do regular data quality checks. We base those on queries, SQL queries. For example, we try to add as many missing identifiers to records, such as DOI, ORCID. We try to make sure that all records are bibliographically correct, so that all the records can be better matched with online sources. What we also do is we bulk import corresponding authors to records. Also, we bulk import Maastricht University publications from online sources. We started with Web of Science last year, and we recently expanded this with Scopus and PubMed. And what we also do is we manage all the updates coming from these online sources together with Unpaywall, so that we know that all the records contain the most updated information about accessibility, open access status, publication status, etc. Ivo will now explain to you how we technically manage this support.
Thank you. Yeah, so how can I support all this as a technical guy? First of all, we have this big SQL database, so database to store data in. And on a daily basis, I go to the Pure API and I say, hey, what data do you have? I download it and I put it in this database in a very specific format. So we download research output together with its authors, with its organizations, internals and external organizations, all the journals, all the identifiers, all the events, everything. So we put it in this database on a daily basis. But the thing is, we're not doing it only for Pure data. We're also doing it for Scopus, for Web of Science, for PubMed, Crossref, and also nowadays OpenAlex. So I go to these APIs and I say, hey, what data do you have that you think belongs to Maastricht University? We download that data and we also store it in that same, in a dedicated database on the same server. We do the same for Insights. So Insights provides me citation metrics, so citation counts, normalized citation indexes, citation topics, things like that. Also stored in this one of those databases. What else do we have? Oh yeah, for online attention metrics, we go to PlumX and Altmetric, also to get references in patents and policy documents. And the last thing we do is we go to Unpaywall, which gives me open access information, so the status, the color, and also license information. To store all that on this big server in dedicated databases, it's a very precise task, because all those APIs can be slow, they can be offline, they can change between one and the other download, or they can simply give you the wrong answer. So it's a very specific and precise task to get it all up and running and to keep it like that. Yeah, let's see. So once we have all this in place, we can do exactly the things Chantal was talking about earlier. So we can do queries on those databases. Simple queries, exotic queries, all in order to improve data quality in Pure. So we can find missing DOIs, missing identifiers, misspelled ISBNs, maybe journals that are incorrectly linked to an article, or an article that is incorrectly linked to our university and should belong to another university, or the other way around. So things like that. On another level, we can find conflicting data, or maybe trends in data, which brings us to the field of data science, data intelligence, more like in that direction. So yeah, so we can do all types of queries on that big database that helps us for data quality and other things. One last thing that Chantal already mentioned is that since a few months, we are bulk importing Pure. So we're filling our Pure system with bulk imports coming from the three sources, Scopus, PubMed, and Web of Science. We're also thinking about OpenAlex, but that's something for the future. So I just ask my database, what items do you have in one of those three sources that it's not yet stored in Pure? I get this subset, I make an XML file of it, and one of my colleagues is importing it in bulk into Pure. And that meant that we had to implement a author matching algorithm ourselves. We had to come up with a mapping from the sources publication template to a publication template that it's known and Pure. That we had to select the correct journals and select the correct affiliations, things like that. So it was a whole process of implementations, and it took us a few iterations to get it up and running. We're happy with the result, getting good feedback from key users and faculty. So yes, so we're happy. So all this whole technical setup yields us some advantages, and that's the thing Chantal is taking us to now. Yes, advantages. Yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't be putting in all this extra work if it didn't come with any advantages. So, and luckily there are plenty. First and foremost, research and research units need to add less manually into Pure, which saves some time. Hopefully in the future for adding, for example, activities, data sets and all. But it also completes all the Pure profiles of the individual researchers and the research units. And that comes with a lot of opportunities for tailored support. And two products that we are particularly proud of that were created by our research intelligence team. The first one is the research intelligence dashboard. This dashboard provides insights by linking the research output registered in Pure to data from sources such as Insights, Web of Science, and Paywall or Maastricht. And the other one is to support the recognition and rewards program of Maastricht University. The research intelligence team was asked to build a website to help create an evidence-based narrative CV. And this website was launched a few months ago. Well, nevertheless, we do encounter some challenges. First of all, sometimes we just don't find any identifiers. There are still plenty of Dutch journals that don't use DOI. If you don't find an identifier, it is making it harder to match your record with online sources. Then for the import, the automated import to work, Maastricht University needs to be correctly affiliated in a publication, which is also not always the case. Well, needless to say, there is an increased workload for our functional and technical management team. It takes hours to prepare an import, and after an import, we have to match the unmatched publications to the right faculties. And despite all the work we do in checking the IDs that we add in Pure, sometimes we do make mistakes, and with those mistakes, wrong publications are being connected to a record, and it takes a lot of time to correct all these mistakes if that happens. Well, that was it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ivo and Chantal. Any questions? Bonnie over here.
Thank you, that was really interesting. I was wondering about the decision to do this out of Pure rather than in Pure. So we do the same thing, but we do it within the Pure. We import from Web of Science, we import from PubMed, and then, they kind of match up, and there is cleanup, of course. Do you think it helps some incorrect or intermediate data not be exposed in your Pure to your researchers because you're doing it offline and then bringing it in? I was just wondering what the decision was in that.
Yeah, we saw that when you do it one by one in Pure, people tend to forget importing things. So we just take the whole bulk and we import it for the researchers into Pure, and approximately every 2 weeks we have around 200 or 300 items that we fill into Pure. Yeah, so that was a decision that we made, and to help them, and yeah.
So we, like the library staff does it, but within Pure rather than outside Pure. So it was...
Yeah.
Hello, thank you for this interesting presentation. My name is Christian Buchmeier from the University of Vienna. Unfortunately, I missed the beginning. How many records do you create each year this way? And apparently it's mostly focused on publications. How are other content types created in your system? Is it via centralized services, or do the researchers have to create them themselves, like activity types and similar? Thanks.
Yeah, so at this moment it's only research output, yes, so articles and related things, abstracts, whatever. Other research types, we've not been working on that yet, but we're looking into data sets through data monitor integration also. About other template types, I don't know, I have to look at Chantal. We don't have an answer for that at this moment, I think. But let's talk about it later. Good question.
One question though. How many records do you create each year this way?
How many records we bulk import into Pure? Like I said, it's roughly around 200 or 300 every 2 weeks. So multiply it by 50, it's, I don't know, like 1,000 or 2,000. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, I have. It was. I have a follow-up question. How much research output do the researcher add themselves? So if you bulk import 200 to 300 every other week,
we calculated that it is a 10% increase of now with our bulk import. So it takes time off the researchers.
so it takes.
Our researchers don't manually import that much.
No.
Now with our help, it's 10% more even than without our help. So.
Okay, thank you.
I think we have one final question over here.
Thanks very much. Sorry. Thanks very much for the presentation. Sorry, that came out too loud. But just wanted to know, your rewards and recognition website sounds very interesting. Is that open to public?
It is open to public, and I will give you the details if you would like. Yes.
Maybe one more question.
Thank you very much, and I'm a colleague of you. My question is, because I'm from the medical faculty of the Maastricht University, how did you decide which databases you use to import? Because we are the medical faculty, we're really happy because I think 60-70% of the things you import is for our faculty. But how did you decide for the other faculties that they also have their?
Yeah, we didn't specifically decide. We just started by Web of Science, and we used the general approach such that we also could connect with Scopus, PubMed, and OpenAlex. So when there's another specific database people or faculties want to use, we can just plug them in and use the same software to be able to bulk import also that content. So let's see. So we didn't specifically decide. We just started with the big ones, Scopus, Web of Science, PubMed, and the other ones.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. A big hand for Maastricht. Yvonne Chantal, please.